Hello. Hello. So welcome to the third graph. Everyone know what that is? Yeah. So, okay. Grassroots Art Foundation. We're trying to support art, culture, media in Croydon. Try and get that better. So this one is going to be about comedy. And without further ado, I will introduce James Farr to hopefully make you laugh. That's my accent. Basically struggling with the microphone. Hello. Wow, that's loud. Hello. You're a very lovely, young, sexy audience, aren't you? You're very lovely and young. Give me a cheer if you're lovely and young and sexy. Yes. Give me a cheer if you're lovely, young, and sexy and practice safe and reliable forms of contraception. Woo! It's still rock and roll, isn't it? Yes. Well, let me. A little bit of a share. I've got a little bit of a share for you to start off with. A long time ago, I was young, like your good selves. A long time ago, I was sexy. In favourable lighting conditions, granted. But yes, I was sexy. But a long time ago, I wasn't safe or responsible with my contraception, and I got something that was sexually transmitted. It's a bit heavy, isn't it? You're thinking this is a comedy show, James. Bit of a heavy overshare there, but you know, it was one of the serious ones. It was one of the kind of life-changing ones, one of the ones you have to deal with every day. I am, of course, talking about my son. Now, quick. Let me, who can I pick on? Hello, young lady. What is your name? Emma. Emma. Just nothing. Just how old do you think this man in front of you is? Just snap judgment. 39. Okay. Keep that number in your heads, folks. When I tell you that. Thank you. By the way, flirting with me, obviously. My son is 21. So if you do the maths, if I was 39, I mean that's still street legal. It's nearly a Jeremy Kyle show. But I'm actually 44. So I think thank you for the round of applause. That's very kind of you, very kind. I think I've weathered well for a 44-year-old man. Not looking too bad for my age. I actually bought these. I bought them this spring. These are my first pair of Converse that I've ever bought in my life. This year, 44, midlife crisis. But I think I've weathered well. I think I've aged quite well for a 44-year-old man. And I think one of the reasons for that is I basically had a second childhood with my son. I relived my childhood through my son. It was brilliant, you know, spending all weekend watching cartoons, going up to the park and chasing a football around. Well, you know, he chased the football around. I stood in goal. Not a fucking idiot, you know, just kicked it as far as I could and made him run. But this is not a sports body. This is not a sports body. So yeah, that's brilliant. I mean, these are obviously blokey anecdotes, man, son, father, son. I mean, if I had a daughter, I'd be spinning different anecdotes up here now. I'd probably be saying things like, you know, we spent all weekend braiding each other's hair, talking about cute boys and comparing breast size or something like that. But no, I had a son, so I did all the boyish things with him, and it's great. And then, you know, he got into his teens and was less interested in me. And at 16, he got his first girlfriend. Now, I'm a kind of groovy, hip, right-on parent, so I was quite happy for him to bring his girlfriend and let her stay over. I didn't have a problem with that. But I realized that we hadn't really had the talk. Did you have the talk when you were a young man with your father? No? Yes? Maybe? Maybe we have to meet up afterwards and I'll explain a few things to you. But I'd had to talk to my son, 16 years old, his girlfriend is staying over, something had to be done. So being the kind of groovy, right-on dad that I am, I sort of took him aside and I said, Daniel, I've got a box of condoms in the bathroom. Take one, use one if you need it. I don't know how many's in there, I won't judge you. And there were 12 in there. It was still sealed. If anything, they're about to go out of date because I've been having a very dry period romantically, but they needed using, so it was good that he was using them. But that was all great. They would disappear into his bedroom and return a couple of days later looking a bit disheveled and very happy. All wonderful. But I had to go into his room one day to recover dirty clothes or dirty dishes or whatever, and I noticed beside his bed there was a box of his own condoms, his own brands. So he's an independent young man. That's good to know, and responsible. But beside his bed, beside the box of condoms, there was a 2-foot-long black leather riding crop. 16 years old. No hint of anything like this before. No hint of any interest in anything like that before in his life. That's a bit weird, isn't it? It's a bit deep, dull. So I thought, well, I've got to have a talk with him about this. I've got to, see what's going on here. So when he came home, I sat down opposite him, and I said, Daniel, you do look a lot like him, actually. I said, Daniel, is there anything you want to talk to your father about? And he said no, because he didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. So I asked him, is there anything you want to discuss? Anything you want to talk about? He said no. So I thought, I'll ask him straight. So I looked him in the eyes and I said, how long have you been a jockey? I got it all wrong. Of course, he wasn't a jockey. He was the horse, apparently. Yeah. We had the talk that night, and I learned a lot, actually, so it was very good. Very informative. I'll pass them on to you later if you want to know. And then, of course, he's got older now. He's 21, as I said, so he's away now at university for most of the time. So I've got my freedom back. 44 years old, I'm a free man again. How wonderful. I can live my life again. They say life begins at 40. But what I can say is it does begin at 40, but it begins at a time when you do start to slow down. I could go out and I could be clubbing and drinking and taking drugs and having sex all night long if I wanted to, but all I really want to do is sit in a shed and drink a cup of tea. Possibly turn on Radio 4 if I'm feeling a bit fruity, but it's not good getting old. How long have I done? Let me just check. I'm trying to time myself here. I'm trying to get used to doing this. It's not too bad. I can squeeze a bit more out. I do have other material, I don't just talk about my son's sexual exploits for 20 minutes. That would be quite awkward, especially for him, because I've done this material in front of him and he's never forgiven me. But the politics, are we quite a political crowd in tonight? Do you all vote in the election? Yes, that was exciting, wasn't it? Give me a cheer. Well, no, not a cheer. Give me a sort of collective groan if you voted for the Labour or Greens or any of the parties that lost. Give me a cheer. Give me a smug, sanctimonious cheer if you voted Tory. Well, we all know who to hit at the interval for the drinks. Get some of that trickle-down economics that you're always going on about. Yes, very good. I'm very left-wing. I'm a left-wing comedian, and there's no surprise there. I mean, people do say there's a lot of the comedians out there are very left-wing. Why are they all left-wing? And I think, well, I don't really know the answer, but my philosophy, my thoughts on it are that what is there to be funny about from the right? What's the right got to be funny about? It's like, oh, the poor and impoverished. What's that all about? My wife is she owns half of Kent. You know, it's not comedy gold, is it really? So, but are we invigorated by the new Labour leader election thing? It's like 4 Tories with red ties and a slightly creepy geography teacher, isn't it? Really. But I love Jeremy Corbyn. I think he's great. I think he's just what we need. He's like, you know, he's doesn't look like you're supposed to look as a politician. He shoots from a hip. He's all about the workers and equal rights, and he's brilliant. But what I admire most about Jeremy Corbyn is his ability to carry off a beige suit, which is quite a powerful look and quite a difficult thing to do, especially for a man of advancing years. And I'll explain to you all you young bucks out there with your fully functioning penises, I'll explain why it's a problem. Because, you know, when you're young, you go to the loo, quick wee, and you a couple of shakes and you're done. Bish, bash, bosh, in and out. It's very efficient. As you get a bit older, it takes a little more effort. I mean, there's no amount of shaking will dislodge everything that's up there. So this is why I wear black trousers, really, because they're very slimming, but I smell of piss. But he has, you know, Jeremy Corbyn rocks the beige suit. This is a man who's not afraid to stand up to the right-wing press. He's not afraid to stand up for his rights of the workers, and he's not afraid of splashback. And I think that's to be applauded, really. And now, if I'd have timed this perfectly, there would have been a phone going off at this point. I've never, to this day, ever managed to do this. So, oh, what's that? What was my phone on? It should have rung. Oh, I forgot to set the alarm. Fail. Oh, wait, hang on. My phone's ringing. What's that noise? Oh, here we go. Hello? Just work with me on this one, please. It's new material. Hello? No, I can't really. No, it's not a good time. Yeah, I know it works for Stuart Lee whenever he does this sort of shit, but no. They're not buying it. No, look, come. Look, it's really not a good. One second. Yeah. There you go. I've got about a minute to fill. Just go for it, basically. I've got to take this call.
All right. This is the Woolly Jumper Joke book, written by Peter Eldin. You ever wondered what would happen if you crossed a dog with a jelly, or a radish with a fireball, or an elephant with a telephone?
Yeah, okay.
Have you read this book?
Okay, thanks. Cheers, mate. Thanks for covering this. Not as fucking easy as it looks, is it? That's pretty much my set. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
One more time for James Farr.
Just needed one more laugh, didn't we? One more.
Okay. Our next our first interviewee can't be here, but he can be here. So if Carlos will run the video, and Andrew will switch the sound. Don't press play just yet. So yeah, here we're going to have an interview with Bob. Anyone see the blunderbuss? Yeah. Anyone been on the blunderbuss? Same person. You should have checked it out, but hopefully he will be back. It was actually a venue. He premiered here. He had comedy guests on the bus, on the upstairs bit, bar downstairs, and yeah, he's now taking that off to Edinburgh. So he's in Leicester at the moment. So are we ready? Ready?
Hello, Graf. They want me to be a performing chimpanzee. I'm being told what to say to you, and I don't even know who you are, where you are, or what you care about. But I will tell you that butter is a very useful substitute for lubricant. The knocking and banging going on is because we're setting up for tonight. We've got Tinky Winky in the house tonight. We're on a bus, and I've mostly booked comedians that are lower than 6 foot. But for a laugh, I thought I'd book one that was 7 foot. Comedy. How did I get started in comedy and when? Before I did comedy clubs, I was touring with bands, tour managing them, all various crew, driving around. And I was dragged on stage. I'd create problems, but I was less motivated to stop the problems happening so that I could get on stage and go, I'm ever so sorry, but the lead singer has just died. I will now fill in for the next half hour while we try and find a new one. And that was really, he sort of then after put in a joke, hands up, like, hands up who was breastfed. Keep them up if it was in the last 24 hours. That sort of bullshit, you know. Not gags, stories, stuff. Went to Edinburgh Fringe, and I performed in other people's venues. And I performed one year, and I followed a show. It was a lady doing it was lovely. It was called Woman in Bed, and it was a one-woman theatre piece about rape, and every day it wasn't funny. So it was like 120 capacity room. She'd mostly get about like 20 odd people in, and usually about 2/3 of them would leave. Several days I turned up, and there was nobody watching her. The lights were bright. She couldn't see that they'd all slipped out. I said to Jamie, this thing, what's happened? And he's gone, oh, they left about half an hour ago, but I haven't got the heart to tell her. And he stopped and watched her. And every day, see, she's still overrun by 7 minutes. Every day, 7 minutes. So the next year, I was just, so that, and the fact that the bar I was performing in, they said my show was half their bar take for the day. They said, can you book some other idiots? And I thought, yes, I can book people I want to hang out with for the whole of Edinburgh. And so that's why I started promoting. And then we started doing pop-up venues in shops. And now get a bus. Why not get a bus? Who wouldn't want to have a bus? I got a bus. I've got a bus. Hello, Graf. I've got a bus. Have you got a bus? Get a bus. Just get a bus. Get a bus. Get a bus. Buses. They're big. You got a bus? Oi, you got a bus? I've got a bus. What's the blunderbuss? So it is a venue that can go anywhere and just pop up anywhere. And it will go to Edinburgh Fringe, it will go to other comedy festivals. Nottingham Comedy Festival is parking in a brewery. Might go to Ireland in October. We've been booked up for all sorts of things. I do quite a lot of breweries. Breweries are a great place to do gigs. And that's the thing, you've got certain, if you want to do comedy, you have friends book me, and then you go along to their gig, and it's usually badly run, and I get frustrated, and also because I lark about, and they sort of go, oh, you broke our gig because you just caused mayhem, but if you have your own venue, you can. And I started doing venues, and I was like, I'm going to do it in lots of places. And breweries are great places to do. I've already done lots of gigs in breweries. The brewery will just send out a load of posters. Oh, why am I telling you this? You'll do it. The brewery sends out loads of posters to all their pubs, and they go, do you want to come to a comedy piss-up in a brewery? And people go, yeah. And the sort of people that come along are really good for comedy. When people say that they don't want drunks in comedy, that's bullshit. You don't want people drinking White Wicked or shit like that, or Jägerschläger Lager, because they're idiots. Did I have any preconceptions when it comes to Croydon? Why would I? Croydon has the most amazing reputation for being a cultural centre of the east of England. Maybe it will have. What is Croydon famous for? It's close to London. That's its best asset. What do they say? Or was it, somebody told me you have West Croydon, South Croydon and East Croydon stations. The North Croydon we just call London. Like that. There was that. I was told that. I don't know. It's nicer than I thought. It's quite nice. I like it. I like Croydon. This is a great park. It's ace. We've met some lovely people. I think you just need to start doing more stuff, and I'm sure there is stuff going on. What's his name in the Oval? Tim. Lovely man. He does great stuff. I think he's just talked to you. Don't know. Liked him. He's going to be next. I'm just been told. Wait around. When I finish this bollocks, Tim's coming up. He's your man. John from the council. He's a good man. I think there's a lot of places they go, oh, nothing happens in Croydon, and that can become self-fulfilling. I used to live in Reading, and they say nothing happened in Reading, and I go, hang on, don't we have Reading Festival every year, which is the biggest rock festival? Oh yeah, but apart from that, and you can just pull together what there is, and actually nothing goes on anywhere. There's about the same amount here as anywhere. Really, it's good, it's fine. Stick with it, do more. Do less, do the same, buy a bus. Who gives a fuck? I might go to Staines next, and that's even worse than Croydon. So, you know, if I start the bus in Croydon, it can only go up. And Croydon can only go up as well, because it's in the toilet at the moment, and it's aiming for the system that's above the toilet. How did I go about booking the acts? Basically, I asked every act I knew, would they come to Croydon? And everyone said no, but all the acts that I've got on the bus, I've got photos of in them in compromising situations. So it was quite easy. How have we been received? Well, we started off in the high street. The bus was painted in the north end, the pedestrianised bit, and we were received oddly there. There was a man at 3 in the morning, drunk man. He leant against the front door and just tried to hail the bus. He tried to open the door, take me home, and I popped up at the window and went, rah, like that, and he shit himself. So it wouldn't hurt after that. He probably couldn't even get on a proper night bus. They don't let people putting their pants on the bus. We met some kids in the park, and one kid said to me, you cannot buy a bus. You can rent a bus for weddings, but you cannot buy a bus, because if you bought a bus, you get up to bear pranks. And he's wrong, because you can buy a bus, I have. But he is right, I will get up to bear pranks. I've only driven it 400 yards so far, and as I came up to the park, Queen's Gardens, where we are, I passed a bus stop, and I pulled over, I opened the door, it's all painted up like this. Excuse me, anyone? No, I didn't say excuse me. I just went, anyone from Queen's Gardens? They all wanted to piss off. They wanted to get home, and one of them had shit his pants. Where's the blunderbuss? Well, it's destination Edinburgh Fringe, but it's going via Leicester. We're going to have a big party in Leicester. I've done the Leicester Comedy Festival the last 3 years, got a lot of friends there, and we've already sold out a gig before we even had the bus there. And we'll properly wet its head there. I mean, we're wetting its head here. And then we'll go on to Livestock Festival, which is a festival run by a guy who I knew when I was 16. And he's done rather well for himself, doesn't it? So it's nice we'll go in there, another friend and people we know. And then we'll head on up to Edinburgh Fringe, be there all month. September, breweries, November, Nottingham Comedy Festival, or October, hopefully Ireland. December, I don't know, might happen. It might turn it into a double-decker Santa Claus theme park. Will I come again to Croydon? Will we come again? Luke, will we come back to Croydon? Luke saying, of course we bloody well will. We'll go anywhere that has us. We'll go anywhere that invites us and everywhere that doesn't. That's our motto. You get gig, we come. You don't get gig, we'll come anyway. So thank you very much. Let's go. Hey, why don't you ring me up in Leicester now? I'll be arsehole in Leicester if this is on Wednesday night. See if you can get us on that big screen now, and I'll say hello and show you around the bus in action. See you I'll be wearing the same shirt in Leicester. So don't think it's the same day. We recorded this on Friday. Now is Friday. You're in the future. I'm in the past. But I still exist in your future, which is your present, and you're going to see me in that. Don't worry, if that's all confusing, we are all traveling to the future at normal speed. See you in a bit.
Okay. So, is that the one? Yeah, so if I didn't